Good afternoon, everyone. Do you know what time it is today? It's a Tuesday. If you watched a video another time, you certainly know. But Hattie, can you tell us what time it is?
It's Take Home Tuesday time.
Yeah, make sure you talk really loud so they can hear you. So say it again.
It's Take Home Tuesday time.
It's Take Home Tuesday at 2 time. Now, sometimes we're not right at 2. Sometimes we're a little before. Sometimes we're a little after. It doesn't matter. The whole thing is that we get some fun project for you to do every week. Sometimes it makes sewing. Sometimes it's food. All sorts of things creative. Because around here we're about all things creative. Not just quilting and sewing and that sort of thing. Well, if you haven't noticed, I have a special guest again with me today. She's been on here before.
The rock painting.
Yes, the rock painting. She came with us when we did rock painting. And so can you tell everybody what your name is?
My name is Hattie Green.
Hattie. And Hattie is my niece. And so she is actually on fall break today. And how many weeks did you say you have?
3.
3 weeks. I kind of think we need a fall break, Heidi. Maybe? I'm not hearing any response. I'm guessing that's not going to be no-go. Kind of like my travel budget that still has got a no-go on it. Except for when I got to go up the block. So anyway. We are here today with another a fun no-sew project. And I got to tell you, I really think it is really adorable. Do you have, these boxes of canning lids? Canning jar lids. It's the screw-on part, not the seal part. Okay? If you've done any of that, well, you might have. This is from my mom's closet. Everything today. So credit to my mom for keeping all these through the years. But, sometimes they start to get a little dinged up or rusty or kind of gross. But there's always a purpose for something. So all of you people that save things, sometimes you might get an idea to use. Well, today we're going to use these to make some pumpkins. Okay, and we have a couple different thoughts for you, but let's Stacy, can you show them? I'll move these off of here first. This is our project for today. It's just a pumpkin using the canning ring, if you will, and we've put some flannel on them. Okay, so we're going to show you how to and walk you through making this. We have not finished gluing our leaves on yet, but a couple different ideas that you could do. If you didn't want to use fabric, you could use washi tape on them. You could leave them plain, which would still be equally as cute, or you could even spray paint ahead of time and let them dry. So several choices of different things, or spray paint and add fabric. I don't know. There's lots of different options. So what you will need today, you will need a hot glue gun if you're going to be using fabric. Fabric of your choice. We used some flannels that we have. We're standing by the flannels today. Very nice selection of flannels. We use flannels and pinking shears. Like the texture that it added to it just a little bit. So let's get started to show them how we need it. So they need the hot glue gun, some
jar lids, and not the seal part.
Yeah.
Then a stick and green.
Yep,
flannel.
some green flannel with some other colors too. And then we use the pinking shears. Now, we're working at a small table, so we kind of have to go off camera maybe some, but we used our handy dandy pinking shears to cut some fabric. So we were not scientific at all when cutting fabric. 20 rings of the same size, okay? That's what you're going to be wanting to find is 20 rings of the same size. Okay, so we just cut a strip of about, 1.5 inches or so, full width of the fabric. Of course, you could do it anyway. And then we just came in, of course, I personally, we talked about this. We like having all the edges have that pinking sheared edge on it. It doesn't have to be. You could tear your fabric, probably not flannel, it wouldn't tear the best. You could tear your fabric to create it. You could use your rotary cutter and your stripology tool and zip right through them. We are non-scientific measurers here, so we went, let's see. Let's cut it about this far. I suppose, maybe, I don't even know how much that is, Hattie, doesn't matter. If you really want to measure, maybe 1/2 inch. If you really want to measure, you can measure the width of your rings. This one we use the smaller pint size. These aren't the same, so I trimmed this one down. Yeah. There we go. And so I have just taken a full width of fabric and folded it in half and cut it so then we have strands about like that. So you get about 4 strands that wrap around the ring out of one width of the fabric or scraps that you have. Again, we know you have lots of different ideas to be creative. I said we use the pint size on this one, so they're the smaller lids. For our sample that we're going to be showing you how to make today, you want to grab it, Hattie? We use the quart size lids. So here's some of our other fabrics that we've had. And we could have used those. We've already gone through and created and glued some of our rings on there with the fabric. But we had, how many did we say, Hattie, we had left? 4 or 5, somewhere around there. And this is very simple to do. We're using our hot glue gun, of course. If you use the washi tape or, gosh, does anybody else have a different idea of how you would do it? And Hattie had told me which colors we were using, and honestly, I already forgot, Hattie. Was it the polka dots we were using?
Yeah, we were going to use the polka dots and
that one?
these.
And then I just put some dots around of the hot glue around the ring. Obviously, we probably don't need to tell them how to do this. They can probably figure it out. But the hot glue does dry very quickly, so you have to work somewhat fast. We couldn't just stand here and talk all day. But this would be a great project if you wanted to do it really like with some friends sitting around the table. Can you imagine? I do have my returning camera woman. She didn't quit after last week. She returned, so Stacy is back with us. Stacy, don't you think this could be a really fun project?
Yes,
even like
I would love it.
Your kids. Okay, you're going to do that one next? Is that the next color we're doing? Okay.
We sometimes get together with a group of friends and do crafts, so this would be perfect for that.
Absolutely. And that's what we're about. And any of the sewers upstairs that might be retreating or watching us from afar, chime in and let us know if you have different ideas of where you could use something like this. Or, I suppose you could come up with different things to even do this, make a few things out of. Okay, so we're almost done with the 20. The polka dot? There we go.
Susan says we could use ribbon.
You could use ribbon. I never thought of that. Yes. There's a lot of things you could use. And you could make it, if you spray painted it ahead of time, you could spray paint them different colors and make it, isn't that kind of teal gray color a popular color this fall to decorate with? So you could use some of those. Orange.
Greenish.
You know what? I think would be really cool. You could use that glow in the dark paint. I wonder how that would work. That might be a cool idea.
You can set it out instead of an actual pumpkin. You can actually set that out.
Yeah. And see how that would glow in dark. Okay, we have one more. What's our last color? That one again? I feel like we have a lot of that one. Let's do another orange one.
Here, we'll do this one.
Okay. So as you can see, we're not highly skilled at what we're doing right here, which is great because it means it doesn't really matter and anybody can do it.
You can do it in any order. It doesn't care what type you use.
Yeah, and we didn't use a pattern on the one that we've already made. We did not use a... You could be very patterned or very methodical of orange, yellow, red, orange, yellow, red. We just randomly grabbed and put it on. Okay, so now let's get this fabric out of the way. Yep, get the rest of the basket and bring it on up. Okay, so now we're going to start making our pumpkin. There's a couple options that you could use in putting your pumpkin together. Oh, we'll count if we have to do one more. We'll do it really quick.
That isn't 20.
I don't know.
That would be 20.
Well, we'll find out really fast, won't we? We've counted several times, so it's also a good skill to have a little helper with to count. So when you go to put your pumpkin together, you could do a couple things. You could wire it as we loop it on there. I'm just going to take another piece of fabric and I'm going to cut it the length of the length or the width of the fabric. How many do we have? Did you miscount again?
Yes.
Put them in the basket as you count.
18.
It's okay. You get the idea, right? You need 20 of them.
19.
So we do need one more. Hold on.
Didn't we do another one?
I don't know. We'll just do
Is
it.
it probably
It's
back
probably
there?
back there.
Yeah, I'm just.
We probably did. See? Live video, folks. Everybody has this, right? It just goes to show it doesn't matter. You can do anything. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. We'll just go with it. Okay. So, couple things when building your pumpkin. You could take the wire, like your floral wire, and make a long strand of it. So what we want to do now is we're going to just put them on the wire or a ribbon. I'm just using fabric because I have fabric here. There's a couple little tricks to creating it so that you can get it on there nicely. We want all of your lids to go, rings to go the same direction, okay? So we're going to put all going the same direction. Oops, got to go this way. 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's put the, and when you see where it didn't get quite glued down, just touch it up. And we're just going to string them basically, or you can wear them as bracelets, I guess. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
I'm just holding them for you.
So we're putting the,
Oh, this one needs one.
okay, put a little bit more glue on it. You gotta move closer to me because my, there you go. Push it down. 1, 2, 3. And so now I'm just gonna start stringing them on my string or my ribbon or my wire. Making sure that they're all facing the same direction. If I can get myself.
I'm trying to look if.
And I'm not paying super close attention to the pattern that I might be doing right now. Just trying, I'm personally trying not to get any of the same right next to each other. Oh, and I just put that one on there backwards.
What?
Okay. So we're just stringing them on the
This one
ribbon.
is-
Okay, we'll come back and get it. Let's just string it on there
I
for
can
now.
get it.
Okay, put a little dot on there. Now remember, it is hot glue.
So be careful.
Yep, okay, there you go.
Or have a grown up.
Or have a grown-up help you. Hattie has been a great help in the store today, and she's been helping us with some projects. But we talked about some safety when using a rotary cutter, right? And at this point right now, we want her to have a parent or an adult do it. Okay, all right, I need some other color besides the orange polka dot. So one of them on your wrist. You gotta start bringing them off your wrist now, dear. Take that one off. I bet we could just slide it through if they're all facing the right way.
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
Please get them fixed right.
So what we're looking at, Hattie, that's a great question. So when you're looking at these, do you see that this would be the part that screws onto the top of the lid? So if I was putting it on, that seal, that would go on top of it. So I'm just facing those all the same direction. So all towards the window, where we're at, towards the window.
Towards that way.
Yep.
People would be towards that way.
Yep. Should we do it like that? Okay. So now we have our long string, that clanky. So they're all on the string now, okay? Kind of reminds me of old days. You wouldn't remember this, Hattie, but maybe Stacy would. When somebody got married, they used to string tin cans together and tie it on the back of their...
So we went to Outside Scoop for somebody's wedding. It was like our church group's friend, and
They had that. You heard it?
we decided while they were having their ice cream sundaes, we just decided to put it on and then use like washable paint on their car and say, just got married, and then just have tin cans so when they drove away.
It sounded, yep, that's exactly kind of like what this sounds like, isn't it? Okay, so right now you can see all I've done is kind of pulled up the string and I'm holding it. Now I will tell you, if it is too loose, it doesn't stay well and the pumpkin doesn't hold its shape super well. So I'm going to take this and I'm just using fabric. Of course, you could use wire or you could use ribbon. And I'm going to tie it pretty tight. We'll do that in a second. So I'm going to do it pretty tightly here. And I did find that after, when I was doing the other one, what I ended up doing to make it even tighter, after I got them all adjusted, because right now it's not very pumpkin-y looking. So I just kind of came through and started kind of adjusting them. And then when I got it to kind of the shape I wanted to, I just pulled the ribbon tight in here. and came back and just twisted it. So if we can kind of see, I just gave it a good twist in here, and then I took the hot glue gun and glued that twist just to give it some more stability to hold that shape tightly. Okay, and so I'm gonna twist it a couple times here because it didn't quite get tight enough. It's hard to do it on camera and show everything, but I think you guys are getting the idea. Hopefully you're getting the idea of what you need to do to make it work. Again, if you used a wire, it'd be the same thing. I'm just going to take the wire and make sure that I get it twisted tight after I get it on there. Otherwise, when you pick it up, it kind of just goes and it doesn't really stay in the pumpkin shape very well. Okay, so now you can see it stays pretty good because I have it tight. Liking it so far? Cute? Yeah, go find the stick, Hattie. So we went to our yard. I think it's in the bag over here, Hattie. And we just found a stick. Now, you could use moss. You could use all sorts of things. I'm turning some of my
And
seeds.
it has dots on it.
Yeah, and we just took a stick and we broke it. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to break this. Oh, yeah.
Pretty easy.
And we stuck it down in there for our... And that also helps keep it tight and straight. Now, because I'm going to be finished this one, oh, be careful. I'm actually going to glue it in there. Again, it's going to help keep everything straight and tight together. But it'll keep it more solid so when I go to store it some year or bring it out next year.
Because you can look and you could see it.
Yep, so you can see. And we could even go put a little glue down there on the bottom side to help it stay.
Just want to make sure.
And it's cute like this in itself, but I think adding the little fairy lights now would be really cute.
Yeah.
Those tiny little fairy lights, if you just stuck them through here, I think that would add some really cuteness to it. So for the leaves, we just simply took a green flannel, and all of ours are flannel today. Yeah, we'll do that in a second. And honestly, I had no pattern. I just kind of cut. The little curve came in. And a bigger curve came back in.
It'll look just like this.
And let a little curve out, a little pointy, and came back in. Now, if you want to be really picky, you can trace and make it look, but for me, that worked just well. And then I cut it in half. So Hattie, you want to put that one down and we'll show them. I also think it'd be really cute. I didn't glue that one. Nope. So you do need to glue that one. I do think it'd be really cute if you tied some raffia ribbon or jute on it as well. So now we're gonna put this in, stick it down in there.
This one's the old one.
Okay. And now we're gonna take our leaves.
Don't forget.
Put some glue on the bottom. Very good.
And then
Okay.
I'll need to do these.
You know what I think would be kind of cool, Hattie, is when we do it, if we give it a little pinch like this, a little pinch, and then stick it down in there, so it has a little.
Ooh.
You see how we did that?
Yeah.
So go like this.
I'm gonna pinch.
Give a little pinch in the center of it, and then stick it down inside. Can you get it? Very good. Mm-hmm.
And then do a little pinch.
Mm-hmm. So go all the way down in there. Very good.
That.
See, it's kind of fun, isn't it? Yeah, so let's do that one. And you could use, I think it'd be cool to do some different colors of green would look really pretty too.
Yeah.
So then the flower or the leaves could be all different colors. Got it?
And it could be something different than green.
It could be.
You could be artistic and.
Oh yeah, you could be really. You could do some fun things and stick it on there. You getting it?
Mhm. See, pinch it.
Okay. Got it. Put it on that side. Stick it down in there.
Dorothy wants to know what kind of lid rings these are.
They're just the canning jars. I'm not even sure. It's a collection from who knows how long of. I assume they're ball, but they could be any brand. I'm not really sure. The key is just to make sure that you have the same size all the way around. And so I would come back now. How do you want to trim our... Yep. So this is our pint size, and this is our quart size. So we have 2 different sizes. Again, we're going to come back in here and trim our... We'll probably have to get skinnier scissors, but for now we'll just trim off our extra that in there. But put some little fairy lights in there, and would that not be the cutest little table centerpiece for Halloween or for all of fall? In your bathroom with the lights were on at night, wouldn't that be really pretty? Yeah, we'll finish that in a second. Yeah, we'll finish it up in a second though. Let's get a couple more leaves cut first.
I was just gonna like put some.
So anyway, super simple, fun, easy. I thought it ended up being absolutely adorable. So we do hope you like our Take Home Tuesday project of this week. Go ahead and share it with a friend. Find some group of ladies or kids or youth to come on over and help you out, and maybe you can make your own. And show us a picture of what you use to make it. We would love to see different ideas. So until next week, Hattie, wait, you still won't be in school.
Well, I'll be on fall intercession.
Oh, whatever. You still.
So I'll go to the
20
school till
20
like 3 o'clock,
rings.
and then I get out.
Is what was used, was 20 rings.
Yep, 20 rings. And we'll put all the information on our website for everything that we use. So 20 rings is what we used exactly. And so until next Tuesday, go ahead and share, give us a thumbs up if you like it, share away. And Hattie, you want to tell everybody bye?
Bye.
All right, we're good. Until next week, have fun, be creative, choose happy.